Every writer gets rejected, and including the big name ones, and that's just all part of the process. And believe it or not, I am now on draft 7 of Project Emily. That is a lot of writing, and many writers don't tell you that. They don't tell you that you will be looking at many drafts, many versions, and sometimes you want to pull your hair out. I queried about like 20 agents and heard back from maybe 8. But this had me thinking, what's not good enough? Hello lovelies! It's been a while since I did a writing update, so I thought I would do that in today's video. I wanted to give you guys an update on the query process for Project Emily and the upcoming steps or the next steps. And I apologize in advance, like in other videos, for the noise that my neighbors will be making. They are right above me at this moment. And I'm also super hot. It is really hot today, and I have my AC turned off just so that I can make this video. Also, I would like to apologize if you see fruit flies flying around. I get a lot of free produce from my coworkers. So on to Project Emily and the query process. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. My name is Lisa Shimkus, and I am an indie author who would also like to delve into the traditional route. Project Emily is a contemporary romance novel that I started about 2 to 3 years ago, and she will be part of a trilogy. The reason I'm going with a trilogy is that in my many years of research, I've heard authors, agents, and editors say that publishers want more than just a one-book wonder, a one-hit wonder. So I decided that when I was writing, well, let me reword that. I decided that when I was writing Project Emily, I was going to expand in that world. So this would allow me to obviously expand in my world, which then will help you as a writer. So if you have something in mind, I highly advise that you expand on it and turn it into a series, because that's what publishers are looking for. So again, if you have a huge imaginary world in your head, please write about it. For instance, one of my favorite authors, Cressley Cole, just wrote in her newsletter that she will now be expanding her fantasy adult world, which, to be honest, I haven't seen her write in it for many years now because she's been writing other series, but she just finished her juvenile series and decided that she was going to then write about that perspective in her fantasy realm, which is really great for her. So learn from that. Back to Project Emily, I finished writing her in July of 2025 and started querying her, and that is a research of its own. If you're completely new to the query process and you would like to know the steps and procedures that I took and I'm still taking so that it would help you, comment below and I will make a future video on that. Now, I thought that this step would be super easy and I'd be able to grab an agent's attention right away, but I actually experienced the complete opposite. And sometimes I wanted to just give up because it was so repetitive. I queried about like 20 agents and heard back from maybe 8. And it also took about 2 months to hear back from them. And looking back now, it doesn't sound like a very long time, but when I was in it, it felt long. The good and bad news, I got super nice rejection letters. Every agent who got back to me told me that my writing was good, but it wasn't good enough for them to take on, and they encouraged me to keep querying and to keep editing my novel and to not give up on it because it was still good writing. And other agents may feel differently from them. But this had me thinking, what's not good enough? Like, that's feedback, but it doesn't help me either. So I went back to the research mode to look at what agents were looking for, and one agent had mentioned that he wants high concept rom-coms. What's that? Back to research. Which leads me to the next part of this video, how I am overcoming rejection. Now, I know one piece of advice is to then just give up on that project, that manuscript, and move on to another project, which I did do. So while I was waiting to hear back from agents, I started working on other projects that I could then just self-publish. But once I heard back from agents, it had me thinking about Project Emily and how I could actually make her better. So I have decided that I'm going to fix her and pitch her one more time. And if I don't hear back from agents, if I don't get anything from them, then I will just self-publish Project Emily. And that's actually a route that many authors have taken. There are authors who have self-published series upon series upon series, and they're doing really, really well. And believe it or not, I am now on draft 7 of Project Emily. That is a lot of writing, and many writers don't tell you that. They don't tell you that you will be looking at many drafts, many versions, and sometimes you want to pull your hair out because you're tired of staring at it. However, I am in the editing stage and I am getting close to the end, and hopefully by tomorrow I can start querying Project Emily one more time. And I'll make a future video on that for those of you who are questioning how to get into the traditional realm and you're not just looking for success stories. Although, because I'm an indie author, I would say I am successful, but I do want to delve into the traditional route as well and see what that's like. To make you all feel better, including myself, there are many authors who go from traditional to self-publishing because they like the autonomy that comes with it. And then you have authors who go from self-publishing to traditional, such as myself, because I personally like the idea of working with a team and just having somebody else do their part so that I could do my part, which is the writing. I know it can be a headache because of the deadlines and having to work with other people, but again, I want to try this out. And so again, I'll make a future video on that if this all goes well. And if it doesn't, I'm okay with that. There is nothing wrong with either routes. So that's my spiel in today's video, an update on me writing Project Emily, my contemporary romance novel, handling rejection, and my next steps. For those of you who are also on this same path of trying to get traditionally published or you're dealing with rejections, please don't despair. Every writer gets rejected, and including the big name ones, and that's just all part of the process, and that's just the process that you and I also have to go down through or on in order to get to where we want to be. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck in your writing, and I will see you in a future video. Take care. Bye.